Just edited a video when I spoke about it that we finally, after like 3.5 months maybe, decided to start going out and getting some food, pick up, drive through, that kind of thing. And see, today is July 1st, 2020, 4:06 p.m. And during this pandemic, we've been stay at home. He works from home. And this is why I'm doing my video out here too. It's too noisy inside and too many distractions. And anyway, I want to do an update. Boy, is there an update. And this is Texas, north of Dallas. Right now it's 94 degrees. And anyway, I want to do a little update. Sorry, you're going to hear the air conditioner, but it's hot. Okay. Anyway, those of you who are homemakers and, maybe you're the one doing most of the cooking. I do most of the cooking. And, maybe this whole thing of just, trying to get the groceries and, if you're not going to the stores, even going to the stores, I don't. We had a delivery or pickup, one of the two. And boy, that's something else. You don't always get what you order. But anyway, you may have gotten, if you're just doing that and you're not eating out, you may have gotten so tired of what you cook. I mean, there are just so many times, so many things you may know how to cook. At my age, I know a lot of things, but trying to get the meat or some ingredient, and something that has to go with it's not been easy. So we got tired, after, like I said, after about 3.5 months. I think it was 3 months and 10 days or somewhere around there. So we started to go out and eat. And I got not go to the places, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, like I just said. And it seemed fine. And we were saying, we have to have things delivered, and people have touched it, and we wash everything that we can. It's, good to do, including vegetables and stuff that are in packages. That's reasonable. And it always felt odd to me. It feels like I'm inviting the coronavirus in, and we have to be very particular about how we do it and everything, and be very cautious. So we thought, well, it's kind of the same way, and we'd heard all this new information and about getting, they didn't say that. They said, one of the things I read said that the drive-through stuff isn't the best because it lacks the social distancing, but like one place, McDonald's we went to, they have plexiglass up. Went there a couple of times. But then one time we decided, I think right after that, this was like, I don't even know how many days ago it was, but maybe a week, I don't know, Groundhog Day, every day, all these months. But we ordered something from a restaurant that used to be a nice restaurant, and it was our first time to do this whole thing. And when I went to the website you have to order it through the delivery service, and I did that, but we weren't expecting to order it right then. So I just put in my zip code to see what they had in this area, what places were delivering, did all that, and then we decided, hey, this is good. This is a restaurant. It used to be a little bit expensive. Some would say it still is. And we were shocked because there's not supposed to be the first time no delivery fee, and basically there is a delivery fee, and I think they add an additional delivery fee so they can pay for their insurance, something like that. I know another one that does that delivery service that is for groceries, stuff like that. They say no delivery fee if you pay $9.99 per month, but then they tack on that other fee, which is about $7, $10, however much there's a percentage of how much you order. Really? It's like, come on. And then there's the tip, and they expect you to pay a pretty good tip. I really appreciate the people who do this and everything. Yeah, I'll pay a tip. But when they attach on that additional fee, that's like, whoa. Just the whole total could be, with that and the monthly, it can be like $20 altogether. And so anyway, we're going to try this one out. We saw something we liked. We've been to that restaurant before, so we ordered, that chain of restaurants. ordered it. It became the biggest fiasco because I put that zip code in and not the address. The short version of it, after calls to the restaurant to get them to at least leave them a note saying call me, they have my phone number on that order, and they didn't want to do that. Oh yeah, on and on. Such a big fiasco. Okay, and then, sorry about this. Then, it was crazy. Their corporate office, the delivery service corporate office, you couldn't call them, but they called me because the driver called them. All this kind of crap. And this woman had the nerve, she was a young woman, had the nerve to tell me that it was almost $50, it was 48 and something and change, that I was going to have to pay for it and not get the food because we were out of the range. Because I had put my zip code in. That's where they want to deliver. I said, how are you going to deliver it to a zip code? Just a zip code, no street address, just a zip code. Anyway, she was trying to say that we were just going to have to deal with it. Basically, and I said, when you charge something to somebody's credit card and you don't provide them the service, that's called theft. Oh, I see. Yeah, because I had gotten the app, went in, changed the address, all this kind of stuff. Oh, now I see that. Now. Yeah, I said theft. Theft? Exactly. So we got this order that she said, well, maybe if the guy wants to come back, the driver feels like coming back. And, then I said this, that, oh. So anyway, I texted the driver after I called back to the place and, the business that sold it. I said, well, your app, your restaurant is on their app. You have some accountability here. It was such a fiasco. You wouldn't believe all the stuff involved in just getting this food. So then they finally, when I was calling back again, third, fourth time to the restaurant, it was delivered. I just hung up on the woman. She was so ridiculous. She's a young woman, too. Another one. And I think I spoke to 3 young women, and then there was the delivery guy. So anyway, they dropped it off at the front. Adam just happened to open the door. Right. He does that. He has this knack for doing that. And opened it up, and there they are. Trying to stay our distance and everything, And anyway, we got the food. I heated mine up like I did everything in the microwave. Ate, and it was like, this is not good. That restaurant used to be good. Both of us said this. I said it first. It's like a TV dinner. Seriously, it was like a TV dinner. I only ate one part of it. It was so awful. Sure enough, within an hour, guess how awful it was. I got food poisoning. That was fast. He got sick, but his he said it was different. It wasn't food poisoning. It just didn't make him feel good and everything. Feel bad, and he would try to go to sleep and all. And I was so angry. I was like this. I don't get really angry, but that's where I say I live in Narcissism-Ville, and man, my blood pressure has gone down so much since I'm not having to deal with people these places. Seriously, my blood pressure is so good. I don't have to deal with them much. I don't have to go to the grocery stores and deal with narcissistic people. It's all about them and move out of their way. They own the whole store. They're going to be right there where you are, putting their hand in front of your face to get what you just stopped to get. This kind of thing. So, there's still a little bit of hassle trying to get the stuff that you order, and I really do appreciate, like I said, the people who are doing these things. But there's still some, you're going to have a little hassles. So anyway, so we got the food poisoning, and we both, about the same time, we heard how the numbers of the coronavirus cases here in Texas, we already knew that they were going up a bit, but no, they've gone up, boomed up. Okay, so that really combined made us say, no more. We're not going to do that. We have been trying to get a deep freeze chest, I think that's what they call them, since before Memorial Day. Now remember, today's July 1st. And, oh my goodness, what a mess there. Trying to get deep freezers so then we could have, different, we could prepare for the upcoming flu season with this coronavirus already still here. Yeah, we wanted to, kind of stock up a bit and more with meats and, Also maybe get some TV dinners. We don't eat TV dinners, but something, for variety, because we're sick of what we're cooking. Maybe some of those pot pies and various things like that. Just something different for every once in a while. We don't like to eat a lot of sodium, Excuse me, I got allergies. That's what it comes down to, is eating a lot of sodium. And yeah. So we finally found one. I mean, we had been talking about this for years, but we really didn't have that much purpose for it. But we've been, like I said, we've been talking about it, and we should have gotten one before all this. But anyway, so we've been trying to order it since before Memorial Day. Well, it was supposed to be delivered on June 18th. Okay, today's July 1st. We were waiting for it that day. They left him 2 messages saying that it wasn't going to be delivered. Oh my goodness. Seriously. So, that day, the day that it was supposed to be delivered, it was scheduled to be delivered. So, they said it wouldn't be delivered until August. And now I understand the reason why that, but their customer service wasn't that great. They should have called us before then. It was something about, that plant that makes them had to shut down. That I understand. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I understand that. Okay, it's the customer service that should have called us before then. And anyway, so we don't get that much of a variety. We have a what is it called? Both of the doors open in the front. So there's stuff in there, but lately all you can seem to get is hamburger meat, chicken, and some pork chops that's so dry. It's, yeah. But for a while there, we couldn't even get hamburger meat. So, and the other stuff, whatever they want to deliver, it's getting better, because at first, it was just, even the guy that I spoke to, the manager, to do the pickup thing, to ask him questions about it, and he said it was so bad. He said they barely could keep up with the work, and then it had calmed down. So anyway, I've said a lot, but now we're down to, we have to eat everything in, and right now I've got some Cajun gumbo. I grew up with Cajun gumbo, a lot of things like that, and I'm hoping I never make it like my family did. I think it was my mom and one of my sisters, they knew how to make it. It was so delicious. You know how one of those cravings you want to experience that at least one more time. I can buy it at other places, and never has it tasted like they cooked. And she, my mom, she's passed, but that sister, she doesn't live anywhere near here. And yeah, it would be great. I know how to make a roux. I know how to make gumbo, but it just never turns out the same. Never. Yeah. But anyway, I had mentioned in one video about burritos, a way that I was taught, a quick and easy way, and that was to have a pound of hamburger meat. Well, it depends on the size of the family, of course. And a can of jalapeno pinto beans, of course, depending on the size of the family, and ranch style beans. I don't add the ranch style beans, but add them together and squish them. Squish the beans. Yeah, and then get flour tortillas and put the meat and bean mix in the middle of it, and you can put onions, whatever else you like, whatever you can handle, and fold it up in that, and then put them in the oven. Maybe at some point put some cheese on it, and there's your burritos. To each their own. I'm not telling anybody to cook that. It might make them sick. But I cooked that finally. I'm going through my mind, what kind of other food do I remember how to cook? I've made corned beef hash. I've actually made some, some beans with ham hocks. Yeah. I grew up country. Can you tell? Yeah. But any kind of thing I can think of, nachos, nacho salads, just random stuff, trying to, with what little stuff we can get to change, to make some changes with our diet. It's just very difficult. So anyway, you know, I mean, since I would love to be able to go to the store and feel comfortable going to the store and actually picking out my own stuff and seeing what else, you know, I can find. I mean, you can look on the app, but you have to have an idea too at the same time. You know, just I'm better at sight, you know, actually seeing the stuff, going to the grocery store and all that. I haven't been to a grocery store since sometime in February, I think, because we were doing this with the delivery before then. We were trying out that in the pickup. You know, they do the shopping for you in the store, and then you just go and pick up, and they put it in your trunk, and you go home. And but anyway, I would love to do that, but you know, people are so stubborn about this not wearing masks crap. You know, it's just ridiculous. I mean, seriously, it's not that big of a deal to put on a freaking mask. You know, face covering, whatever it is that, and CDC.gov gives all the information, you know, that they know, what that they give is on there. How to even make them. I've seen it. But, yeah, and some people saying it's a political issue, you know, and that's ridiculous. What somebody's life, your life, somebody else's life, possibly, you're going to make it a political issue? Well, you know, I just call them COVID-idiots. I heard that term, and, you know, COVID idiots put together, COVID-idiots. I heard the term before, and I keep saying it. I'm not a person to call anybody an idiot. I'm just not, but that one fits. You know, when people put other people's lives at risk, yeah, I'll say that in every one of the videos I do about this. I will say it. If I remember, I will say it. Because that's just ridiculous, seriously. I call them the Bubbas and Bubbettes, and more than that, hedonistic. You know, it just depends on the behaviors. Yeah. Okay, now, my phone got hot, but I don't expect anybody to be perfect. We're not perfect beings. Nobody is perfect. And like we say, you know, our moment of going out there and getting something to eat, it was just a few days, across a few days. That was our moment. You know, not being right with it all, because, yeah, you know, I just don't trust it, really. I don't trust it. But I'm serious, I don't want to make excuses. That just was our moment of weakness. Both of us together. And anyway, but I also want to talk, you know, some people say that people who do something like that is their sense of normalcy. They need some normalcy after so long of not having it. I think that's true. My degrees are in psychology and sociology, by the way, and I taught at college and university. And I'm a sociologist. Some call it a social psychologist, but that depends. And anyway, I see it as that, and the whole ground, you know, the not having so much normalcy, and that so many things have changed, and having to learn so many ways to do different things, and so on. But there's also that, like I mentioned, that of the Groundhog Day part to it. You wake up every day, and it's like the same day over and over again. You do the same thing. And I wrote some notes, and I wanted to talk about that. What I would tell, you know, what I'm telling myself and trying to teach myself to do, so I don't feel that way. Now, I've been a homemaker probably for on and off in my life, but for the past maybe 2 years or so, yeah. Actually, I can't remember. It could be 2.5 years or more. There's a big old truck behind me going down the road. But anyway, and for me, it was already feeling a bit like Groundhog Day. But then I was able to go out and do things. My original YouTube channel, I used to make videos, shopping videos on it. And so I was out and about doing things. And now, nope. You know, stay at home, stay safe. I have diabetes, and so does he. And we're in that vulnerable little class, although they're saying, and I agree, I think that was, you know, all the way around, you know, as it is. You know, you have to think, okay, they say this about the younger people. I'm not going to say because I'm not a healthcare professional, but yeah, they're out giving it to other people too. They could be, and so on. So much involved with that, and you know, so I just don't feel comfortable going out either. So yeah, that's why I kind of like coming out and sitting in I call it the chill-mobile. So I just get outside and be outside, and you know, not in the house. It breaks up the day, but I wrote some, like I said, I wrote some notes about, how can you go about, and I was talking to myself, I was writing down what I was thinking, to have some change that it won't feel so much like Groundhog Day. And, we all have our routines. Like, I think many people have a morning routine. Once they wake up, they do this, that, and the other. And if they have children, there's a morning kind of routine. Not everybody, but a good chunk of people would. And then also more like a nighttime routine around meals, their routine, whatever it is, it's routine. They could have one, none, one, or many per day. I think that what I'm telling myself is I got to change that up. I have to change that up. I have my morning routine, my nighttime routine, but the rest of the day, change it up. We've never been ones to eat a meal at a certain time every day. Yeah, I did that when I was young. I never liked it since. Just, whenever we feel hungry, and, before, I've planned it before, but, yeah, and, but the other thing, I want to tell myself to switch up something, make something different, and not on a schedule, not on, don't make that a routine, not on any kind of schedule that I have to do this on Monday, this on Tuesday, whatever like that. People who work, they have to, and have kids, they might have to. I keep forgetting that, school's out for summer, not all kids. Some do have to have summer school, and there's people in college and everything, but so everybody knows when they have some free time, and what do we do with it? Vary it. That's what I'm telling myself, vary it. And maybe even pick up a new interest. I have started watching, on and off, I've liked psychological thrillers, but it just depends. I can't stand the ones that are really, really extremely deep. Yeah, there's some you can tell, lighter ones and stuff. I've started watching those, I'm never been one on just sitting and watching a movie from start to finish, never, and now I'm learning how to. But, there's different things that can be done at home, exercise routine, so on and so forth. So anyway, what about you? What have you done? What do you do to change your day so it won't be so Groundhog Day-ish? That's good. That's going to be something that I think, when people look back how many ever years from now, they say, a lot of people mention this about Groundhog Day. What's that? They're going to say, what does that have to do with Groundhog Day? The actual day, Groundhog Day. They won't know about the movie. Yeah. But, that's one of the things that we've had to deal with, huh? Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, and I'm going to be making videos on this. I make a variety of videos on my channel, and I kind of gotten away from this one a little bit, but I want to still do those every once in a while, but I want to focus more on this, especially with this here in Texas, north of Dallas, in the suburb of Dallas, and Dallas County is one of them that the numbers are going crazy up. And not this one so far, but this, I think it was one of the ones that was high, but not as high, Yeah, so it's going to be different. Oh, here he comes out with the dogs to walk him. I'll talk to you on another video.